We're back here tomorrow night. I'm Lindsay Davis in New York. Good.
Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5:30.
Breaking now, United States military officials confirming the death of another service member in the Middle East. In a statement today, U.S. Central Command says a person was killed in Iraq. It happened when service members were carrying out a detonation of a downed Iranian drone that hadn't exploded. But CENTCOM also saying they found the remains of another person in Jordan after the Iranian missile attack killed 2 service members yesterday, and officials are now working to uncover the identity of that third person as one service member is missing in action. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. This now means 3 Americans have died this weekend, and in total, 17 have been killed, more than 400 wounded in this war. Both sides now saying the ceasefire negotiated in mid-June is over. Here's ABC's Marcus Moore with the details.
The U.S. launching new strikes on Iran in retaliation for the drone and missile attack that killed 2 American service members and injured several others at a U.S. base in Jordan on Saturday. Video circulating online appears to show multiple projectiles and the moment the base was hit. President Trump reacting to the news, reportedly telling the New York Post, quote, "It's a shame, but in this case, they died because they don't want to see Iran have a nuclear weapon and don't want to see the Middle East blow up." CENTCOM announcing another U.S. service member was killed in northern Iraq Saturday during a controlled detonation of an unexploded ordnance from a downed Iranian drone. The administration saying this is a mission that will save millions of lives going forward.
The president's mission is essential for peace in the Middle East and peace in the world, and that is to prevent Iran from achieving nuclear weapons and to degrade their ability to terrorize their neighbors.
The International Atomic Energy Agency says it's looking into reports of an attack on the construction site of a planned nuclear power plant in Iran. But U.S. Central Command has not commented on the alleged overnight strike. Iran retaliating for these latest U.S. strikes, targeting its neighbors, including Jordan, Bahrain, and Kuwait. Jordan's army saying in a statement Sunday, 3 missiles launched from Iran fell in several locations in the country. Democratic Senator Mark Warner calling the, quote, war of choice a disaster.
It has been a disaster militarily. It has been a disaster in terms of how we're viewed around the world. It has been a disaster to our friends and the allies who question whether we will keep our promises.
President Trump now looking to expand the Russian sanctions bill, writing on his social media account, quote, Republicans should add Iran to the bill. Marcus Moore, ABC News, London.
Also breaking now, another candidate in Nebraska announcing the suspension of their congressional campaign. Today, independent candidate Austin Allman taking to social media to announce he's dropping out of the 2026 race for Senate. Allman was running against Republican Congressman Mike Flood for Nebraska's 1st congressional district. He's describing this decision as personal, saying with the decline of his father's health, this is what's best for him and his family, writing, quote, family always comes first. He says while the choice was a difficult one, he remains hopeful, knowing other independents will continue to fight for similar political ideologies. Well, another day, another bout with dangerous heat. While many of us are staying inside to escape the hot weather, citizen journalist Brylan's 4-legged friend finding another way to cool off. She's sharing this photo to our Now Local News app, showing the dog enjoying a dip in the kiddie pool. Brylan says with temperatures soaring, it's a good reminder that our pets need to find a way to cool off just like us. How about that, Dom?
Hey, good evening, Mackenzie. How do we get a pool back here? I got to talk to Rusty about that because, I mean, days like today, tomorrow certainly would be perfect to have a way to kind of cool off. It gets kind of toasty back here in the weather center sometimes, too. So let's talk heat alerts here. First off, for the rest of the day here today, for north central Nebraska and portions of the Panhandle, a heat advisory is in place actually through 9 p.m. on Monday. And then as we go then into your Monday morning, we do add the rest of the state, or just about the rest of the state, then with the exception of 2 counties out there in the Panhandle under that heat advisory. This goes from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. for your Monday afternoon and evening. Now, we can see heat indices anywhere between 100 to 110 degrees in some spots here in far eastern Nebraska. So going to make sure we're taking precautions then if we're spending plenty of time outdoors tomorrow. And if we can move things inside, might not be a bad call there. Quick look outside here on your Berry Law camera. Temperatures right now in the mid 90s with a few passing clouds over the Lincoln Airport, though feels like 103 thanks to dew points there into the lower 70s and a light breeze out of the south. Statewide, temperatures range from the mid to upper 90s into a few spots there there into the hundreds, including 105 out in Chadron. They've certainly been one of the warmer spots across the state. And here in eastern Nebraska with that higher humidity, several of us here with feels like temperatures above 100 as well. Clear skies for the moment outside of a few passing fair weather clouds, but we're kind of monitoring a disturbance moving through off to our north and east. That won't be the first time that we talk storm chances over the next couple of days here in eastern Nebraska, and especially for northern portions of the state as well. Going forward, though, the 90s for just a touch longer, back into the 80s by 10 p.m. into the 70s, so not a whole lot of relief there during the overnight hours. We'll get you ready to go with your forecast here for the start of the work week coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Dom. Now, even with the extremely high temperatures today blanketing southeast Nebraska, a group of volunteers choosing to spend their Sunday outdoors. Their efforts come as a way to preserve one of Lincoln's favorite nature spaces at Prairie Pines. Channel 8's Emma Norwood spoke with the group about beating the heat. Emma?
The extremely hot temperatures aren't stopping volunteers from grabbing gloves, paintbrushes, and shovels at Prairie Pines on Sunday.
We'll rotate people around on different positions. On some of the work days when it's a little bit cooler, we may have a couple dozen people. Days like today, we just have a few folks, but we're glad they came out.
The Wichiska Audubon Society inviting the community to help clean up the trails and buildings around the nature preserve. The 145-acre prairie is full of life, with multiple different sections dedicated to crops, kids areas, flower gardens, and of course, a native prairie. The work may be challenging for the group, especially during the heat, but without volunteers stepping up, the preserve wouldn't be as well kept as it is today.
Great to have volunteers help out because it cuts our expenses, because there's always something to do out here, and so we've always got something that needs to be done. So by having volunteers come out on one day a month and help with some of the bigger jobs, painting, staining, helping out in some of the gardens, doing some tree pruning, things like that, it really helps out. So it helps us out, it helps the Prairie Pines out, the Nature Center out here, and it just makes it better for everybody.
One of the goals of the day's work, cut down some of the overgrown grass areas, including the spots around this big oak tree, which I got to sit in for a chance to cool off. Something the Wichiska Society hopes more people can experience.
We're just trying to get the community involved, especially Northeast Lincoln. The other side of Lincoln, the west side, has Pioneer Park and Wilderness Park and places like that. But in East Lincoln, there's not a lot of places to go. And this is close to town. We're just 2 miles outside of town at 112th and Adams. And so we're just trying to get people to come out and check us out.
Reporting in Lincoln, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
I love that they're doing that. Thank you so much, Emma. Another sign of just how hot it's getting, the Colfax Recycling Center in Schuyler is closing for the day tomorrow. Officials say the decision was made to protect employees from all the extreme heat. Well, we want to see how you're staying cool during this hot stretch, especially tomorrow. Just scan the QR code there on your screen and download our Now Local News app, and then send in photos of or videos of how you, your family, or even your pets are beating the heat. Not only can you make some money, but your picture could also be featured right here on Channel 8. Well, the FIFA World Cup coming to a close today, and it's drawing the attention of millions, including our president. President Trump and First Lady taking in the World Cup final, a defensive showdown with neither team able to score in regulation, sending the match into extra time. It's been a tournament for the ages. Not only was it the first in the United States since 1996, but it also just so happened to line up with America's 250th birthday. And fans of both Spain and Argentina watching a match that will surely go down in history. Here's Channel 8's Jake Coleman. Jake, did the finale live up to all the hype?
It certainly did, Mackenzie. I mean, it looked like two of the best teams going at it, which is what it was. It was an exhilarating World Cup here in the U.S. The final match, of course, happening at MetLife Stadium between Spain and Argentina. And this one, well, as you put it, Mackenzie, went down to the wire. Spain takes the final score 1-0, defeating Argentina to capture its second World Cup, their first in as many tries when they took down the Netherlands back in 2010. It was knotted at 0-0 through 90 minutes and plus the 15 till the 106th minute. Spain kicked one in the back of the net for the game-winning goal, and they hold on for a 1-0 victory. Arguably one of the best players of all time, of course, Lionel Messi's career could be over with in Argentina as their quest to go back-to-back falls just short. Now, it's not official. Messi hasn't said whether or not this be his final match. Of course, only time will tell. We'll talk more here in a Sports Room. For now, back to you, Mackenzie.
All right, thank you so much, Jake. Stick with us. We have plenty more news coming up after the break, including a close call. A driver allegedly blew through a closed lane at a crash scene, how it nearly ended in tragedy. We'll be right back. New tonight, a close call in York County. The sheriff's office says deputies were helping with a rollover crash on I-80 this morning. One of the K-9 units was directing traffic, but authorities say a vehicle going 75 miles an hour went into the closed lane and hit a traffic light beacon. The sheriff's office says that driver then quickly merged into the other lane, cutting off a semi-truck and nearly hitting their K-9 unit. Deputies stopped the driver soon after, arresting them for willful reckless driving and criminal mischief. They say this situation shows that one moment of not paying attention behind the wheel can have life-altering consequences. Happening tomorrow, a Lincoln gas station is putting a pause on their pumps. A lot of people use their Sam's Club membership to take advantage of the lower gas prices, but for a few weeks, that might not be an easy option. The Southeast Lincoln Sam's Club near 84th and Nebraska Parkway is closing their gas station starting tomorrow. They've got signs up explaining their pumps will be shut off until the end of September, but it's for good reason. They're expanding. You can see a long line here of customers filling up before it's closed in this video sent in by citizen journalist Brian to our Now Local News app. Now the good news, the Sam's Club over on 27th and Superior will be keeping their gas station open in the meantime.
And a busy forecast ahead here for the start of the work week with high heat and humidity, followed then by chances for showers and storms. I'll make sure that you're ready to go here coming up after the break.
As governor, Pete Ricketts ended Nebraska's tax on Social Security benefits. But Ricketts was just getting started. In the Senate, Ricketts led the fight to cut taxes on Social Security benefits for every single senior in America. Nebraska seniors paid in their whole life, from Lincoln to Washington. Pete Ricketts made sure they're never taxed twice. Call Pete Ricketts. Thank him for protecting Nebraska seniors and cutting taxes on Social Security benefits.
Hit the road this summer with a new ride from Duteau Chevrolet. With a lineup built for style, capability, and everyday versatility, Duteau has what you need for road trips, weekend plans, and everything in between. Right now, get 0% for 60 months on new half-ton Silverados, or take up to $10,000 off, or get 2.9% for 48 months on a 2026 Traverse. Become part of the Duteau family today. Online anytime at DuteauChevrolet.com.
Dance expensive. 12 of the world's greatest dancers will live together and compete to become a pro dancer on the next season of Dancing with the Stars.
Game time, baby.
I've put everything on the line for this.
This is my dream.
I want to see you fight for it.
That could be on Dancing with the Stars tomorrow.
For generations, we've been here, caring for our community. From our roots as Tabitha to who we are today as Eventide, our mission has never changed. We're your local, trusted partner in home health and hospice care, supporting you when it matters most. Guided by faith, grounded in compassion, and committed as a nonprofit to put people first. Eventide, care you can trust when you need it most.
Right now, Christopher Nolan's newest film is making movie history. The famous director's latest epic is the first feature film shot entirely with IMAX cameras, and The Odyssey already drawing moviegoers to the biggest screens possible. The film marks Nolan's first project since Oppenheimer, which won 7 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. Now this time, he's adapting Homer's The Odyssey, an epic following Odysseus' long journey home after the Trojan War. Nolan calls the story's traditional structure surprisingly modern and the perfect fit for his filmmaking style.
It's pretty humbling to realize, you know, I spent my whole career, people going, oh, this is very adventurous, you know, non-linear structures and everything. And then you go back to the oldest text that we have, of literary text, and it's radical in its structure, in a really engaging and exciting way.
Now, it's already had a huge opening weekend. The Odyssey stars Matt Damon as Odysseus alongside Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, and many other household names. Christopher Nolan hopes this latest installment gives audiences a reason to experience movies on the biggest screen possible. Now, we looked into it, and if you're hoping to see The Odyssey the way it's intended, you won't have to travel too far. The closest IMAX theaters to Lincoln are in the Omaha area, but a true 70mm IMAX, that's much rarer. There are only 25 theaters in the U.S. capable of showing the film in its original format.
Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
And we're looking to kick off the work week here with potentially some of the warmest temperatures of 2026 so far. Monday features high temperatures forecasted in the triple digits, which so far we've only gotten to 97 as our high temperature here in Lincoln for the year. But we do cool down as we head towards the middle of this week. We'll see the return then of high temperatures in the 80s, and then also the chance for showers and thunderstorms returns to the forecast as well. Something's got to change here in order for us to kind of cool back down, and those storm chances kind of helping us out with that one too. First here for the rest of the day here today, we do have a marginal risk of severe weather in place along the Nebraska-South Dakota border here, where an isolated severe storm will be capable of producing large hail damaging winds. That's later this evening, mainly here for northeastern and north central portions of the state. But then another cold front moves on through here late in the day on Monday. That's kind of kick-starting then the start of that cool down that we talked about, but a marginal to then slight risk of severe weather, meaning isolated to scattered severe storms will be possible. Again, mainly confined here for the northeastern corner of the state, but large hail and damaging winds. Once again, the main concerns in the strongest storms that are able to get going in that part of the state tomorrow afternoon and evening. Quick look outside here in southeast Nebraska. Your Shones roofing camera, a mix of clouds and sun there at South 6 and Perkins Street. Temperatures across the state into the mid to upper 90s. A few spots there with air temperatures out towards the west in the hundreds. They've got drier conditions out there, so they don't quite have the heat index that we do here in southeast Nebraska, but still plenty warm out there, even with some, I guess, cooler temperatures compared to the western side of the state. It's 95 in Lincoln, 94 in Beatrice, 94 as well for the Omaha area, and the low to mid 90s for the Tri-Cities. And the heat index still just unpleasant out there. It feels like 103 in Lincoln, 103 as well in Omaha, 100 for Beatrice, the upper 90s there for Grand Island, Kearney, Hastings. So if you're spending any time here outside to wrap up the weekend, make sure we're prepared then for the heat. And we're going to make sure we're doing the same then as we head throughout the day here for your Monday. Got a spot shower or two that's tried to get going this afternoon as well. This has been kind of a mainstay in the forecast as well. These pop up here, don't typically last very long, also don't typically move very fast. So we'll keep an eye on those showers here close to home. But the majority of us with mostly clear skies, you have to head out then towards the west to see a little more organization with a few of those showers and storms out there as well. But as we take a look at Stormcast, we're kind of monitoring an area here in north central and northeastern Nebraska as these storms push on through. Ultimately will fizzle out here in portions of northeastern Nebraska before they reach western Iowa here by early Monday morning. We'll keep an eye once again on the potential for some lower level cloud cover in the morning, but I do think here in southeast Nebraska likely going to stay on the clear side with another round of showers, thunderstorms, potentially a couple of these on the strong to severe side for us here in northeastern Nebraska as we go through your Monday afternoon into Monday evening. But again, here in Lincoln, I do think we stay dry, sunshine there, and we'll start to see a little more cloud cover as we prepare then for Tuesday and into the middle of the week. Your high temperatures tomorrow got us at the triple digits still in Lincoln, 100 for your forecast, and it only gets warmer as you head out towards the west with heat indices anywhere between 100 to potentially even 110 here for far eastern portions of the state. But again, it's still going to be plenty hot out there. Drink lots of water, take breaks from the heat, and monitor yourself and others for signs of heat illness. But as we head then into the middle portions of the week, that's where we do finally cool down there into the 80s. Storm chances and chances for showers as we close out the week, which will be welcome after kind of a dry period here, but the heat does return as we head into next weekend.
All right, it can never last too long. Thank you so much, Dom. Right now, drivers in southeast Lincoln have something to look forward to. There's a new turn lane at 70th and Nebraska Parkway. As someone who actually drives down the road every day, it's definitely a good update. Citizen journalist Brian sending in this video of the intersection there. It's a right turn lane in the eastbound lanes of Nebraska Parkway. It'll help to keep traffic moving in the area and make it a little safer for drivers. Coming up in sports, we're taking a look at some local baseball, diving into the World Cup final, and revealing our athlete of the week. We've got a lot in our sports zone. Stick with us.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome into your Sunday Sports Zone. Happy Sunday that is to all that are out there. Let's get right into the action. The Royals looking to open their second half with a sweep over the Padres today. Bottom of the first, Jack Caglione going to launch this one to right field here for the solo shot. Casey out in front. First, while it was a great start, it was a different finish. Royals were out hit today 19-8. San Diego cruised to a dominating 19-2 win. Royals fall in this series finale, but they do take 2 out of 3. Your Lincoln Salt Dogs, they are just getting going in their series finale on the road versus Sioux Falls. That one just started moments ago. Not at that 0-0 right now. They're hoping to avoid this sweep, and we'll keep that going tonight. Let's talk some FIFA World Cup final. The final match, of course, happening at MetLife Stadium tonight between Spain and Argentina, and this one went down to the wire. Spain wins the final score 1-0, capturing their second World Cup title over Argentina, their first since 2010. It was knotted all the way through 90 minutes plus 15 to the 106th minute. Spain kicked one in the back of the net for the game-winning goal and would hold on for that 1-0 victory. The question everyone was asking, of course, is this Lionel Messi's last match in an Argentine uniform? If it is, what a legendary career it was. And the Cornhusker State Games wrapping up this weekend, and one Norris soccer player showing out on the golf course. That's why he's been named our Athlete of the Week.
The following segment is sponsored by Menards.
Just an opportunity each year for our kids to go out.
At this year's Cornhusker State Games, a group of Lincoln kids showing out at the foot golf competition. Incoming freshman at Norris High School, Ollie Forel took home the gold, shooting a 29 on the 9-hole course at Jim Aker. His father, Doug, says Ollie has always been the ultimate competitor.
Kid that loves competition, likes to get out and just go as hard as he can. It's probably one of the areas that we work on the most is rest and recovery because he doesn't have an off button. And so anytime he can get into competition, he's usually there, and this is just a good outlet for that.
It's the second year in a row Ollie has had a share of the stage, and it was with his same classmate of his, Carter Steve. They both go to Norris. Last year, they tied with a playoff where Carter took first and Ollie second, but this year they both tied again, but mutually agreed that this time Ollie take home the gold and Carter take home silver. Ollie's father says it's cool to see the growth of foot golf in the Lincoln community and hopes moments like this can expand the Norris soccer community to get out there each year and compete.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that it brings more awareness to the sport. Just doing life, right? I think that's a big part of foot golf is an opportunity for them to do life together, to just have fun and add a little bit of competition around a sport that they all love. It's been fun the last couple of years, and hopefully over the next couple of years we can get more boys out from the North Soccer Club to play together.
And that'll do it for your sports. So now, Mackenzie, go ahead and send it back over to you.
All right, thank you, Jake. Let's get our final check of the weather now. It's hot out there, Dom. Is it going to cool down?
You know, eventually, unfortunately, we probably have to get through what will be our hottest day of the year to get to some of those cooler temperatures. 100 on the forecast here for your Monday, back into the lower 90s there for Tuesday. We do trade then the warmer temperatures for chances for precipitation as we head towards the middle of the week.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Dom, and thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening. We'll see you right back here tonight at 10 o'clock.
Plan your next game night out or